The main ingredient in this recipe is choy. It's a member of the choy or Chinese cabbage family, and it looks a little different from the other varieties that you see behind me because this one has long stems and a lot of leafy green part at the top like this. It's all usable and it looks and tastes a little bit like spinach. You can find peanut oil in the same aisle with vegetable oils and olive oils. Now, peanut oil has a very high smoke point, which makes it perfect choice for stir fries where you're cooking at high temperature. On the other hand, sesame oil is used more as a condiment, sometimes in marinades and dressings. And you wouldn't want to cook with this because it has a very low smoke point, but combined with the peanut oil, it's the best of both worlds. Choy with ginger and scallions is a unique dish with a lot of very bold flavors in it, and many of the ingredients are actually served raw or almost raw in it. But there is one ingredient we do need to cook, and that is the choy itself. The choy is cooked by first blanching it in boiling salted water. So we want to get the water up to a rolling boil with enough salt in it to add a lot of flavor to it. And the first thing that we're going to add is the stems themselves, because the stems take a little bit longer to cook than the leaves do, so they will go in first. We're adding the stems to the boiling salted water. They're going to cook for about 1.5 minutes, and then I'm adding the leaves for about 30 seconds. It won't take very long at all, so we'll be back in just a few. Okay, I have drained the choy. It's already blanched. It's drained. We patted it dry to get out as much of the water as we possibly could. But I did reserve the water because I need about a tablespoon of the water to add to the soy sauce, just to thin that sauce a little bit, and that adds some of the flavor too from the vegetable and the salt that was in there as well. So now it's time to finish assembling the dish. And the first thing we're doing is adding the thin julienne strips of red pepper, which immediately make this dish start to pop in color. And then we have some thinly sliced ginger. Now, the ginger here, which is raw, is a piece about this size, and first I peeled it and then I cut it with the grain lengthwise because ginger is very fibrous, so doing it that way and then cutting it again then into small strips like this will make that very delicious. So let's just add that to the top of this dish. Spread that evenly around. Again, lots of flavor in there. And finally, we're adding the green onions. Some people call them scallions, but first let me get this wok heated on high because there's one last thing we're going to need in just a minute there. So sprinkle these on top as well, the red and the white, and then the green again to top it all off. All right, add that to here. And now we're going to take our sauce and then drizzle the sauce over this dish to flavor all the veggies. There we go. And then finally, when the wok is nice and warm, and you can feel it if you put your hand above it like that, obviously holding it a couple inches above the pan, it's going to be nice and hot. So we're adding both of our oils to the pan, and this is going to sizzle very, very quickly, the peanut oil and the sesame oil, and that just releases the flavor of the oils. You'll start seeing a little bit of smoke rise from the pan, which is just about where we want it right now. So let's turn the heat off there and take this and drizzle this oil, which has a lot of flavor, right on top of the veggies. You hear that sizzle? That's going to continue to cook that ginger and scallion and everything else on top of that, just a little bit on the very top. Finish this off with a little bit of salt and pepper. Doesn't need much. There we go. And you're finished. This is a very bold dish with wonderful Asian flavors, choy with ginger and scallions. You can cut up all the veggies yourself or let us do the work for you. Look for these meal kits like this at the Fresh Cut Veggie Station in selected stores.